Let's take a look at this Darius Garland quote. This is from NBA on ESPN. Having our own legacy without having anything with Bron to do with it, I mean, it would be pretty cool. Let's welcome in Sam Amico. Sam, you know, as we've kind of watched the Cavs, for lack of a better term, shock the rest of the NBA, it's been fun to just kind of see how their belief in themselves is kind of growing. And you know, you kind of get the sense they're looking at it going, yeah, you know, we're pretty good. We can do this, and not in a bad way. I mean that in a really good way. The team confidence just seems to be growing.
Yeah, that's a big part of why they're having the success that they're having right now is because, you know, everybody believes in what's happening here, and that it's not just some fluke. And clearly it's not. They've been able to maintain this level of play throughout the season, even in losses, as we saw against Chicago. They were right there, you know, 4 minutes left. They were down a point, just had some key turnovers and things that'll happen on the road against the Eastern Conference number one team right now. So, yeah, it's a lot of belief and, you know, a lot of understanding that if we play the right way and we play together and we get after it defensively, most nights we're going to have a shot. And, you know, as Darius kind of alluded to, that hasn't been the case in previous seasons without LeBron James on the team. But this has really been a team effort in the truest sense, from Garland to Jarrett Allen to Evan Mobley coming along sooner than people thought, to, you know, very underrated contributions off the bench from the likes of Lamar Stevens and Okoro and obviously Kevin Love. So it's been, you know, and Cedi Osman too. So, I mean, it's been 1 through 9 or 10 that they're getting contributions. Different night, it seems like, other than Garland and Allen, you can usually count on those two, and Mobley. They get like kind of that fourth guy stepping up, and that's been a huge boost to them being able to win games.
The other thing is they seem to have a little bit more maturity than you would expect. Something goes wrong, and it's just they just keep playing. I mean, that's a credit to JB Bickerstaff and the coaching staff. They got a lot of young guys that just they're not bothered by things, which is, I mean, that's great.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of belief instituted by the coaching staff and the culture created by President of Basketball Operations Kobe Altman this season. We saw in years past without LeBron, you know, the past couple of years without him, things would go wrong, as you alluded to, and they kind of hang their heads. But now they can get, well, we saw it last weekend against Oklahoma City. They get down by almost 20 points. And they don't stop believing. You know, they just keep chipping away and start doing things right. And, you know, a lot of times during the course of an NBA game, no matter who you're playing, what their record is, you have to weather the storm. Other teams are going to go on runs, whether they go up by a lot or you're up by a lot and they cut into that lead. You've got to be able to have the emotional or the mentality to be able to weather those storms during the course of a game. And in years past, without LeBron James on the team, just haven't been able to do that. This year, like you said, huge credit to the coaching staff. JB Bickerstaff has them believing and has this ability to kind of calm them down when things go wrong and say, let's get back to doing what we're doing. And being such a young team, it is a little bit surprising that they listen and they are able to do it. So I just think it's been great to see, because really you don't expect this type of professionalism or confidence from a team that features so many young guys. And I forgot to mention earlier, by the way, Dave, Lauri Markkanen, obviously a big part of this too, and he had a huge game against the Bulls. So seeing more of that is really going to help them in the long run.